In a nation gripped by rising living costs and long NHS waiting lists, there's one lifeline that many elderly Brits are still missing out on. If you or a loved one are struggling daily with arthritis, the chronic joint condition that affects millions, you could be entitled to a monthly tax-free payment of up to £441, thanks to a hidden benefit paid by the Department for Work and Pensions. And no, you don't need to have a carer. You don't even need to have low income or limited savings. This is money the government has set aside for people just like you, yet hundreds of thousands are still unaware they can claim it. Today, we're breaking down exactly how the DWP's attendance allowance works, who qualifies, how much you could receive every month, and what you need to do right now to make a claim. If arthritis is holding you back from living independently, this payment could change everything. Attendance allowance is one of the DWP's most vital, yet underclaimed benefits. It's designed for people who have reached state pension age and are living with a long-term illness or disability that affects their daily life. And arthritis? It's one of the leading conditions that qualifies, with nearly 500,000 claimants already receiving help because of it. But here's where it gets even more important. You don't need to be completely disabled or housebound. You don't need to have someone officially caring for you. What matters is how your condition affects your ability to live independently. Can you safely get in and out of bed or the bath without assistance? Do you struggle with cooking, cleaning, dressing, or getting around the house? Do you experience frequent pain, stiffness, or fatigue that limits your daily routine? If arthritis is impacting your quality of life in any of these ways, the DWP says you could be eligible for this tax-free benefit. Attendance allowance is paid at 2 different rates, depending on how much support you need. The lower rate is £73.90 per week, paid if you need help or supervision either during the day or at night. That comes to £295.60 every 4 weeks. The higher rate is £110.40 per week, paid if you require help or supervision both during the day and at night, or if you're terminally ill. That adds up to £441.60 every 4 weeks. That's more than £5,290 per year, all tax-free, and it does not affect your savings, other benefits, or household income. In fact, claiming attendance allowance could even increase the amount of pension credit, housing benefit, or council tax reduction you already receive. It is not means tested and is entirely based on your personal needs and how your condition impacts you. And here's the key: you can use the money however you see fit. Whether that's paying for taxis to get to appointments, hiring a cleaner, buying specialist equipment, or even just making life a little easier, it's your decision. You do not need to use it to pay for a formal carer. Arthritis is more than just sore joints. It can be life-changing. For some, it means struggling to hold a cup of tea. For others, it means not being able to climb stairs, bend down, or manage everyday household tasks. The DWP recognizes this. Arthritis is listed as a major qualifying condition for attendance allowance, but you still need to explain how it affects your life. For example, do you need help to prepare meals because your hands are too stiff or painful? Do you risk falling when you get up in the night due to limited mobility? Do you need supervision in case you have a flare-up or fall? Do you struggle to walk unaided, especially outdoors or on stairs? These are the kinds of details that matter most when applying. Even if you've managed to get on with it for years, the DWP wants to know how you're coping right now, not how well you've adapted over time. There are a few important restrictions. If you are already claiming Personal Independence Payment (PIP) or Disability Living Allowance (DLA), you won't be eligible for attendance allowance. These benefits cover similar support, but for younger adults. Once you reach state pension age, new applications should be made under attendance allowance, not PIP or DLA. Also, you must have needed help for at least 6 months, unless you're terminally ill, in which case you can receive the higher rate immediately, under the special rules for end of life. So, how do you actually make a claim? There are 2 main ways to apply for attendance allowance. First, you can download the claim form online and post it to FreePost DWP Attendance Allowance. That's right, you don't even need a stamp. Second, you can call the DWP's Attendance Allowance helpline and request a form to be posted to you. The number is 800 731 122, and it's available Monday to Friday. For those with speech or hearing difficulties, there are also text phone and relay UK services, and even a British Sign Language video relay service for those who need it. When filling out the form, you'll need to be thorough. The more details you give about how your arthritis affects you, the better. You'll want to mention things like pain levels during the day and night, mobility and walking difficulties, struggles with getting dressed, using the toilet, preparing meals, emotional effects like isolation or depression caused by your condition. It's also helpful to include evidence, such as letters from your GP, prescriptions, or care plans. In some cases, the DWP may invite you to an assessment, but many claims are decided based on the form alone. If your claim is denied, don't give up. You can ask for a mandatory reconsideration, where the DWP looks at your case again. Many people are initially rejected, only to be accepted on appeal. Getting support from a local citizens' advice bureau or disability charity can significantly increase your chances of success. Remember, this is not a handout, it's a right you've earned, especially if your arthritis is limiting your life. With over 7 million people in the UK suffering from some form of arthritis, and thousands more developing it each year, this benefit could provide financial security and dignity to millions. Yet, many don't even know it exists. Whether it's pride, confusion over eligibility, or fear of paperwork, too many pensioners are missing out on money that could help them live more comfortably. If you, or someone you know, is living with arthritis, especially in older age, please share this information. The DWP doesn't always advertise these benefits, but that doesn't mean they're out of reach. Now let's bring it home with a real-life perspective. Meet Margaret, a 74-year-old from Yorkshire. She's lived with osteoarthritis for more than a decade, and until last year, she didn't know she could claim a single penny. Despite struggling to walk, cook, and even wash safely, Margaret thought attendance allowance was only for people in care homes or with carers. After seeing a local benefits advisor, she applied and was awarded the higher rate £441 a month. That's over £5,200 a year, tax-free. What did Margaret do with the money? She didn't spend it on luxury. She hired a cleaner once a week. She got a taxi to her GP appointments instead of relying on her neighbor. And for the first time in 5 years, she could afford a powered recliner chair to help with mobility. That's what this benefit is about, giving dignity back to people who've paid into the system their entire lives. She's not alone. Across the UK, thousands of older people suffer in silence, proud, private, or simply unaware of what they could be claiming. The DWP's own figures show billions of pounds in attendance allowance go unclaimed every year. That's money that could be helping people like Margaret stay warm, fed, and independent. Another thing many pensioners don't realise is that claiming attendance allowance can unlock extra help from other sources. For example, if you receive attendance allowance, your local council might offer council tax reductions, housing benefit top-ups, help with heating bills or winter fuel schemes, priority access to home adaptations or social care assessments. It can also trigger extra amounts in pension credit, which itself opens the door to free NHS dental care, eye tests, travel passes, and cold weather payments. In some cases, it even leads to reduced water bills. That's why even if you don't think you need the money, applying for attendance allowance could act as a passport to a whole world of support you didn't know was available. Attendance allowance is not a luxury, it's a lifeline. And for thousands struggling with arthritis, it's a payment that could change everything. Up to £441 a month, tax-free, not means tested, and designed to help you live independently. Don't miss out. To find out more, visit gov.uk/attendance-allowance, or call the helpline at 800 731 122. Take action today because you've worked hard your whole life, and now, it's time the system worked for you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more vital updates on DWP benefits, pension entitlements, and hidden support you could be claiming right now. Stay informed, Stay protected and don't miss your chance to claim what's rightfully yours.